Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to learn about WebSockets, how we can install WebSockets in Laravel 11 and how we can use it. We are going to learn a lot of things in this video, how we can create public and private channels. So stay up to the end of the video to learn about the WebSockets in Laravel 11. So first of all, I am going to create a new Laravel project by typing composer create project Laravel /Laravel and give it a name. For example, I will give it with the name of WebSocket. Now let's wait until the installation is finished. Okay, the installation is finished. Now we have to go to our Laravel documentation, and in here we have to visit the broadcasting part. So let's scroll down and let's copy PHP artisan and install broadcasting. So let's copy this, and back in here let's type cd WebSockets to enter our inside our newly created Laravel project, and let's paste PHP artisan and install broadcasting, enter. Now in here we have to also install the Reverb, so we will say yes. And I'll yes again. Okay, so the installations are finished. Now let's close the terminal and open our project inside VS Code. So let's close this and let's open our project. Open with code. Okay, so after opening the project in VS Code, the first thing that I will do is go to my .env file and uncomment these lines of code and change the DB connection from SQLite to MySQL, then give the database name, for example, WebSocket. Then I will run the migration by typing PHP artisan migrate and enter. Yes, create the database. Okay, so the migration is also done, that .env is also set. Now to run the WebSockets, we have to create an event to trigger the broadcasting. So for that we have to create an event. Let's open our terminal and let's clear this. Let's type PHP artisan make event, and for now I will call it a testing. Let's say testing event, enter, and the event is also created. Now let's go to our app events, and as you guys can see, it's here. Now let's click this, and in here after the class name we have to type implements should broadcast. Then we have to scroll down, and in here let's change this private channel to channel for now. So let's say call it channel and give it the channel name also, for example test channel. So this is right now we are going to create a public channel where even if the user is not logged in, they can listen to this events. So we just have to type channel instead of private channel, and we don't have to do anything else. Now let's go to our resources, views, and welcome.plate.php. In here let's clear everything we don't need them now and create a simple HTML template. Now in here I have to call my Vite, so I will type add Vite. Then inside here I will call my app.js, which is located inside resources.js and app.js. In here as you guys can see, it only imports bootstrap.js. If I open this one, and in here as it imports .echo. which is this file. So now in here, this is the actual code that listens to our channels for WebSocket. So this is the code. We need this one. So let's close others. This one also. We don't have to change anything in here. Just we have to call the app.js so we can use this echo.js. So in here I will type resources, the part of that app.js and app.js. After that, we have to just create an script to listen to our channel and events. So in here I will type set timeout and give it a 200 millisecond wait time. Then I will type window dot echo dot channel and my channel name, which was, if I come in here, which is this channel. Let's copy it from here and paste it inside here. Then dot listen and my event name, which is, let's copy it from here also. So let's copy this and paste it here. Now after that, we will make an callback function and say console.log a. So up to now everything is set, everything is done. We only have to run two things. One, we have to run Reverb server and also our queues and job servers, because WebSocket will not work without queues. So for that I have to open my terminal, and in here first of all I will type php artisan reverb :start. This will start our Reverb server. Then also I have to run the queues and jobs. For that I will type php artisan queue : work. Okay, so both of them are started. Now let's open our browser. Let's refresh our page and let's open the console. Okay, we don't have any errors in here, so it's a good thing. Now let's go inside our let's close this. Let's go inside our routes to trigger my events to trigger this. So in here let's say route : gate and test, then a callback function. So if I will type this one first, then event new testing event, and also return done. So this route is just for testing purposes. I don't need it. I'm just to show you guys that it's working. So let's open our browser. Let's duplicate this one, duplicate tab, put this here, and also this one here. Now in here, if I go into /test, enter, now it will, as you guys can see, I got an empty array. The reason is because I don't send any data with my events. So it means the WebSocket is working. If I refresh this, I get the data in here. So everything is set. Now let's see how we can send an data with our event. So to do that, first of all, I will go to my event, and in here I will create a variable with the name of message. Then I will give this constructor a parameter, this one also as a message. After that, I will assign this message to this message. So by typing this message is equal to $message. So now this variable will have anything that we will send in here. Then after that, after the broadcast on, I will create another function. So I will type public function broadcast with, and this will be also array. After this, I will say return array and message is equal to this message. Okay, everything is set. After the, sometimes it will not work. So after changing anything inside our event, we have to stop and rerun our Reverb server and our queues. So let's stop these. Let's stop this one and also our queue. Let's stop this one as well. Let's clear this one also and rerun it again and run this one also. Okay, so let's close this. Now let's go to our browser. Let's go to our browser. Let's refresh both of them. Let's refresh this one. Okay, it's done. Now let's refresh this one also. Let's open. We have not sent any data in here. So let's send some message in here. For example, hello from web.php. Now let's go back. Refresh again. Okay, yeah, as you guys can see, I got the message. Now the problem is that this channel that we have created, it's public channel. Anyone can listen to our broadcast without logging in or without any specific user. So let's see how we can create a private channel and how we can use that. So for that, let's create our authentication first. So let's open the terminal and in here let's type so now everything is set. Now let's go and create 2 users. So now let's open a new private window and let's go here. Let's register, type register, and also let's register here also, register. Now in here, for example, I will type A1. Okay, so the registration is done. Now if I go to my WebSocket page, my main layout, and right click inspect console, then in here I get an error that the channel is not defined. So to solve this, because we have registered a new auth UI, so in here we have to come to bootstrap.js, and in here we just have to, we don't need these things, let's remove them and type import dot echo. That's it. Now if I go back and in here let's refresh the page, as you guys can see the error is gone. And if I come here to my test route and send an event, let's see, we got our message back. So right now everything is set. Now let's see how we can create a private channel to only send to the authenticated user. So for that, let's open our base code back and let's create a new event by typing PHP artisan make event, and I will name it private channel event. Enter. So it's done. Now let's go to inside our app, events and private channel. In here, first of all, let's type here implement should broadcast. Then after that, I want to get data and user ID. So I will type $data and user ID. And then in here, let's create 2 variables also in the top. So first of would be data, and the second word will be the user ID. Now let's assign them. In here I will say this data is equal to $data, and this user ID is equal to $user ID. Now after that, the same thing that we did in our test event, we are going to copy this function. Let's copy this from here and paste it in here. So instead of message, I will just say data, because it's then in the broadcast on, in here we will give our channel name. So in here I will type private channel. This is just a name, and you can name it anything you want. Then after that, dot user dot the ID of the user that you want to send this event to. So I'm going to take it from the user ID. So in here I will type dot user ID. So this this user ID. So now any ID that I send here, it will send this event to that user also. So this part is done. Now we have to go inside our routes channel in here. Now in here we have to create our channels. For that I will type broadcast : channel, and give it then name the same name that we gave here. So let's copy this from here and paste it here. Then for the ID, I will type the ID like this. So ID, then a callback function, $user and $ID. Then inside this, I will say return, then $user ID is equal to $ID. So this is our channel is done. Everything is set in here. Our events also set. Now let's go to our view. So view, and we worked on the welcome.blade.php. Now in here, in the state of channel that we wrote, let's comment this out so we can know and create the same thing for our private channel. So let's copy this, paste it here. Let's uncomment. Now in the state of channel, I will just type private and my channel names. So which is, let's go to inside my channel. Let's copy this. We don't need these. Let's close them back here. So let's paste them here, and in the state of ID, I will just type the current user ID. I will fetch it. So as the same way we will fetch the ID in the blade. So that's an ID. Now let's in here also let's type auth ID to just differentiate that in which ID user we are working. So this is done. Now let's restart our Reverb. Let's restart our queues and jobs as well. And actually let's restart our npm also. Yes, everything. So now npm run dev. This one also queue work, and this one also. Okay. Now let's go to our browser. Okay, so we are in user 1 is here, and the user 1 is in testing. So let's go to our web.php also. In here, let's trigger our private event. So let's type here private event, and in here we send to one need two parameters, one for the message and one for the user ID. So the first parameter was data and the second parameter is the user ID. So in here I will send one more parameter as ID. So I want to send this to the user 1. So let's go to our browser. Now let's refresh this. Okay, it's gone. Now let's see. Okay, we have not got any. Let's see our welcome.blade.php in here. We forgot in here to change the name of our event. So instead of testing event, we have to write our new event name, which is private event. So now let's go back to our browser and refresh the page. So it's reloading. Okay, sometimes you may get this error. To solve this, you just have to change the time from 200, for example, to 400 milliseconds. Now if we go back, as you guys can see, the error is gone. Now if I refresh this page also, so I am in the user 1 now and I want to send data from the user 2. So let's enter. As you guys can see, I got the data. Now if I come to my web.php and change the user ID, for example, to 2. Now let's go back and let's okay, we got it again. Let's refresh this one also. Now let's see, we do not get the data in the user 1. So this is how we can create our private channels. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and like it. If you have any questions, any doubt, please write it down in the comments and I will be happy to answer it. So hope see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to press the subscribe and like button.